Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Tuesday. What better way to start my daily Bitcoin price action analysis than by picking my nose, joking, and with a quote from Marcus Aurelius, that 2nd century Roman emperor. I think he died in 180 CE at the age of 58, which was probably quite impressive nearly 2,000 years ago. He's a well-known Stoic, and there are loads of quotes that you can see on the internet. I like them all. This is a good one, plus it's easy to remember, and I'm sure most people in their life will have a reason to maybe think about this at some point. It's very simple. The best revenge is to be unlike him who caused the injury. Interesting, right? Think about it. Makes sense. I'll do some more at some point. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And let's get straight into price action analysis. This is the daily. And yesterday I was talking about pullback and I put on a little line. Well, I've turned the line into a rectangle. Because, lines are fine, but if you actually want them to be a bit more meaningful as support resistance lines, it's better to have them on as a rectangle, so I've changed it to a rectangle, and ta-da, there you can see. It's right there in front of your eyes. And so, Bitcoin is right on it at the moment. You can see the price of Bitcoin at the moment on Bybit, 66,000. The bottom of it is 65, and the thumbnail for yesterday's video was, I'd like to see Bitcoin close dailies above 65,000 for continuation of the trend to the upside right now. Closing below that doesn't mean that it's game over and we should all go and, look at the S&P 500. No, thank you very much. But it certainly just means there's going to be a bit more of a pullback or maybe a bit more of a consolidation, whatever. But it would signify to me that there's probably not another move to the upside at this point. And that hasn't happened yet, so it's just kind of where you'd expect it to be. If I was also, we'll do it on a 4 hour. So the daily momentum is still well above the zero line, and you can see 65,700 for the MACD to start to turn back down. Not a million miles away from there. Right, 4 hour coming straight up. So you can see nicely why I've put the rectangular box where I have, it just makes sense. And indeed, it bounced off it there. Will it bounce off it here? Don't know. If you wanted, maybe, I don't know. I don't really go down to the lower time frames anymore, but the best way to analyze this kind of period of price action, so just a couple of days, you have to go down to at least a 15-minute time frame. But you can sort of see with the 4 hour that this was still trending up with a sequence of ever so slightly higher lows and higher highs. And that kind of changed here. Since this is a double top for sure, since it's double top, the lower time frame trend is to the downside, just like over here, and blah, 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 right? You can go back and see them all. So the lower time frames are certainly in a downtrend, but the significant higher time frames, which obviously hold more weight, are to the upside. And so you can see that a little bit here on the 4 hour. You can see that even the momentum is still, in my opinion, to the upside. It is gradually getting close to the zero line, although it's still too far away for this number to, again, in my personal opinion, to be significant. But you can see what will it take for it to turn back up. So for this to then go green would be a $1,500 move to the north from its current position. And where was it? 67.5. Where's that in the price action? Well, that makes sense. That's basically where that stupid white line is that I can't get off my chart. I don't know what it is. It's like my chart's infected with a white line. I guess it could be worse. And so, sideways and down for now. And we'll see what happens. The blue box is the first place that I'm interested to see a pullback occur to, and then hopefully a bounce to the upside. Now, what was the other thing I was going to do was, if you look at this last move up, and if we just stick a Fibonacci tool on it, if I can get a reasonable scale. So this is my Fibonacci tool. I always put these things on the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter a jot. So you can see the zone of interest, which is the 50% is right there. Below that is the 618, if I've got it the right way around. Yes, I think I have. And above those are 318. So when it comes to pullback, you're looking for these areas to draw the price. And it was drawn initially to the 318. Has it closed yet? Has this candle closed? Closes in an hour. So technically it hasn't closed below there, but it looks like it probably will. And it's up against the 0.5. And no surprise, the bottom of my box comes around the 618, which is 65,000. So, support resistance lines up with Fibonacci. It just makes sense. Oh, I've got this 786 on here. I don't normally have that on, just to keep it simple. Let me just get rid of that. But don't want to confuse ourselves. So yeah, that's the important area for pullbacks within trending moves, right? Trending moves. And obviously it's trending to the upside. So yeah, a turn up anywhere within there would kind of make sense. Having said that, you wouldn't have confirmation that then this is going to be the next higher low on the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, because of course this is a 4-hour chart. You wouldn't have confirmation of that until, where's my little pen gone? I'm sorry about this. It seems to happen to me every time I record a video. You must find it annoying in the area I've found it. So you can see this is a low. If Bitcoin turns up from within those Fibonacci areas, this will potentially be a higher low, but that needs to be confirmed by price getting back above the local high, which is this double top. So you'd need price to then march on up back above 68, whatever it is, 250. And then, more upside, another upside move. So it's a 4-hour. I guess I could, I don't know, it'd be useful to, if I could hear your thoughts now, like, I was going to go and look at the trending move on a 15 minutes, see if I can work something with it. But I feel like you're probably not that interested in 15-minute time frames. To be honest, I get less and less interested in those very low time frames. They're kind of scalping territory. I mean, people do. No, far be it from me to comment on another person's trading strategy, but 1-minute scalps, you have to be sat in front of the computer for hours on end. There's more important things in life, in my humble opinion. And I often think, like, I don't know, maybe I'll get some negativity for this, and I don't really mind. Another great Marcus Aurelius stochastic quote, which I probably won't get right because I haven't read it in a while, but it's something along the lines of, you can only control your thoughts. You can't control external circumstances. When you realize this, you'll find greatness. So, yeah, social media is a world of negativity. I'm not really massive into social media. Maybe I will have to develop my presence if I want the channel to get big. I'm not that fussed about that, to be honest, at the moment. But I am aware that social media has a lot of negativity. And I think the key is to accept that it's there, not let it bother you. You can't control it. But what you can control is your own mind. And if you do that, you will gain power. So, it's kind of common sense stuff, but when these amazing historical figures put it very lyrically and clearly, the passage of time doesn't forget it, then it's got to be significant. So, I don't know, what am I ranting on about? Anyway, low time frames, they're not going to bother, but if you look hard enough, you can see 15 minutes going to be in a downtrend, Could just check on momentum. What's the momentum on the hourly? Yeah, it's to the downside, 15 minute. Yeah, it's to the downside, but whatever. The important time frames for the daily, and remember the big moves of momentum tend to occur firstly probably on the 4 hour and then the daily, but the daily probably the best one. And the weekly does the upside. It's flattened out, but all looks fine. All looks fine, I would say. All looks fine. What wouldn't look fine? So let's put a bit of a negative spin on it just before I leave you alone. Wait a minute. Whoa! Whew. I gave myself whiplash. I probably used that joke before. I won't use it again. Whoa! Nearly gave myself whiplash. Oh no, did it again. Sorry about that. If you look at this whole move as one move, on a Fibonacci retracement, then where would look bad? I've done it the wrong way now. Never mind. If you started to get closures on a daily time frame below, I would suggest, below, 58, 58.5, 59, i.e. somewhere probably between 60 and 58, then that doesn't look good. As you can see, that's quite far away from current price action. 60,000 is halfway up this whole move. So, I go as far as to say price action down 60,000 is probably all right, as long as there's not daily closures below there. That might suggest a more of a sort of prolonged period of consolidation within the middle of this range, but rather than a continued trending upside move. But, what it isn't is it's not breaking down. That's what it isn't. And I think that's what people have been worried about, is that the bull run's going to end, it's just going to drop down to 30k, and then who knows. All right, so I think that's a bit doomsday at the moment and probably unlikely. How many minutes is that? How many minutes? I don't know, because I've lost the time chart. Never mind, I feel like that's long enough. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Oh, and share. Be kind, share with people. Pass it on. Pass this on. That'd be a nice thing to pass on. Not like a virus or bacterial infection. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for Wednesdays. Take it easy. Adieu. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever, and I'll see you tomorrow.